Hello everyone. So basically, the last video that I did was about how Call of Duty is made, and it's kind of like it's basically a joke. You obviously knew that. I don't know why I said that, but anyway, when I was making that video, I made the video and basically in preparation, in prep, in prep, whatever. I did it so that I could prepare for this video where I would talk about ways to basically improve Call of Duty, or basically if I was to choose how the next Call of Duty panned out, like what I would do if I was in charge of Call of Duty, and what features I would include in the next Call of Duty, and all of that, etc., etc., etc. So basically, the first thing I guess I want to start with is the campaign. Now the campaign I would want to just basically be about time travel. Like, I know that's going to throw a lot of people off like immediately. Like 90% of you probably clicked off the video instantly, but what I'm saying is, if you did a time travel based campaign story mode thing, then you could bring back the classic fans, because the campaign would obviously go through World War One, World War Two, some other wars and stuff, just like a lot of those old classic wars. But it would also bring in the sci-fi fans, or the even new fans, because you're going to the future and all that stuff. And it would just be great to have all those, all these clashing, not the clashing, but like a mix of all these genres in just one campaign, and I think that would be great. So, uh, something else. I think there should be the new Call of Duty, aside from the campaign. Once you get to the multiplayer, I think all game modes that have ever been in Call of Duty should basically make a return in the next Call of Duty. Now, stuff like One in the Chamber or Sticks and Stones, that hasn't really been in Call of Duty in quite a while. So bringing those back for the next Call of Duty would be great, and it would bring back some fans as well. Um, Also, on a side note for that, like, there should be more options in the edit game rules of Call of Duty, because I like to like fudge around with the rules in Call of Duty and just get like all kinds of uh, crazy game modes built out of, well, editing the game rules and stuff like that. But yeah, also in multiplayer, I think they should bring back ordnance. Now, this was something in Call of Duty Ghost, and it was the only time that they've ever done it in a Call of Duty title. But basically, what it was is you killed someone, and if they were carrying an ordnance, they would drop it. It was like a blue floating briefcase thing, and once you picked it up, it would give you like a little mission up there in the corner, and it would say like get 3 kills without dying, or something like that. And you would do it, and then it would give you some kind of thing. I think it gave you a care package or something. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it gave you something. It gave you a reward, and it was a great addition. It allowed like a, I don't know, a comeback or something. I don't know. It changed the game in a really, really good way, is what it did. And I love the ordnance, and I really missed it in the next Call of Duty title after that one. And it always confused me why they didn't just why didn't they keep that? That was a good addition. But anyway, something else that around the multiplayer, I think there should be 13 original maps at launch instead of just 10 like Black Ops 4. Now, if you remember, uh, some of the older Call of Duty titles, Advanced Warfare, or I think even Ghost had more at launch. But like Advanced Warfare, I was just playing it the other day, and it had like 13 maps, and none of them were a remaster or a remake or anything. They were just 13 original maps, and just at launch, that were just part of the game. There's no DLC involved in that at all. You just get 13. So if they want to add the remasters on top of that, go ahead, I guess. Make some fans happy, because everyone loves those remaster maps for some reason. All right, so I think another thing on the multiplayer side you could do is, well, you could. I don't really like the specialists too much, but if you did add the specialists, you could do it to where you start with your specialist, but you only get it once that game, just once. You don't get to use it any other time in that game, even if you die when you're using it. You only get one shot with that specialist. That's it. End of story. And you could even add an extra perk to this and be like, okay, if you have a perk, then you can have it twice a game or something instead. I think that would kind of change how people use these specialists in kind of a creative a way. I don't know. This one is really something that I'm kind of iffy about. I don't know if I would want this exactly, but it was just an idea I had, so I just included it in this video. So another thing, and I actually heard another YouTuber talking about this. I think his name was like the One Boom or something like that. They need to change how the pick 10 system works just a little bit. They need to tweak it just a little bit, make it a little bit more similar to Ghosts, because in most Call of Duty titles, an attachment is going to cost you the same as a gun, and that's not really a good thing in my opinion, and it allows for less creativity, especially if certain weapons or certain even especially if like the game just requires you to have a certain perk or something. It shouldn't count towards your pick 10. They really need something more like a meter at the top of the screen or something, and basically make it to where you as you pick, it fills the meter up, but the meter changes based on what attachments or whatever you get. Or maybe make it to where certain attachments don't even count toward your pick 10. I don't know. They really need some kind of tweaking to it. It just, for some reason, it kind of bothers me sometimes when I see that, oh, I can't get anything else. I've already picked my 10 or 13, because it does depend on the title. Some of them are pick 13 instead of pick 10. But anyway, moving on. So the next thing I wanted to talk about, and this is probably where a lot of people are going to click off to, but I think I like the exo dodging, and I think exo dodging needs to kind of make a comeback to some degree. Not saying like you need to have all this advanced movement where you can like jetpack and wall run and stuff like that, but I like the exo dodging. I like it to where if I'm in a fight, I can just go and I'm over here and get the jump on them. But I do have a kind of an issue where if I don't think this should be like the main thing. I don't think everyone should just be able to do this like forever. So I think there should be some kind of limit to it. Maybe you can only do it 3 times before you die. If you die, then it resets. Or maybe you can only do it 3 times a game or something like that. Maybe it's one of the specialists or something, and you can only do it like once or something. Or alternatively, it could be like a pickup or something, like the ordnance drop. Like if you get the ordnance and then you completed the ordnance, it would give you a boosts kind of thing where you can use the exo dodging up to 3 times, and then that's it, and you can't exo dodge anymore. Just something like that. I don't know. You could make it to where it also tries to balance out. Like if you do have the exo dodging ability or whatever, maybe it's a perk or something, or it is the ordnance. Maybe you can make it to where if you do have the exo dodging, it also makes you slower, or not slower, but it makes it to where you can't run. I think that's something that could work. So some other things that I have on here. Is every map should have an interactable of some kind. Call of Duty Ghosts, I don't think every map was like that, but some of them were, and I know in Black Ops 4 there's some interactables that don't really make sense, like you can make a car turn, or I think that's turn on a fountain. There's a couple of things like that you just can't, like, some of it is like, what do you even need that for? But some interactables, like destructible environments and or something where like halfway through the map it changes, kind of like in Advanced Warfare. Just a mix of both or something like that. So another thing that I think that could be done is more game modes. Now, I'm not going to really touch on this very much. I'm not going to touch on it very much. But I do want to say that there's room for more game modes. I kind of wanted to. I was kind of designing, not exactly designing, but I was kind of creating my own concept for a first-person shooter, and I was able to come up with like 2 or 3 game modes. So if you want to hear those, let me know in the comments. But anyway, that's pretty much it. Those are all the changes that I want for the next Call of Duty title. So don't forget to subscribe, like, share, do all those wonderful things. Also, give us open world maps.